It's my opinion, in my experience, any real estate office with 10 or more realtors in it, there is a renovation loan sitting in that office that's available, but they don't know how to solve the problem. And the problems generally come up from when an appraisal comes back and they have property conditions the seller won't pay for them. So that's why I I always start with that. Have you ever lost a transaction because of property condition? And if they're experienced, they're going to say yeah. And in fact, targeting designated brokers and having that conversation to get you into the office is a really good way to maybe get a 5 or 10 or 15-minute pitch and then come back with more training with them. So piquing their interest by creating closed loans where there are closed transactions where they were out of luck is a really good way to save deals. And that's just the door opener. So identifying the properties, I mean, I used to drive around and fall on the weekends and follow the open house signs. And if you identified a property that is in rough shape, it's a chance to go in and talk to the realtor, the listing agent that's there. And you can, if they're interested in marketing the house to more people by offering it as a renovation loan, you can provide the flyers that we talked about today and get those in the houses. But having access to MLS is really the only way that you're going to be able to identify the TLC handyman specials, and most importantly, cash onlys. It is, and it takes some education to that listing agent that a renovation loan in essence is like a cash offer. We're going to take care of all the problems that the property has so that the borrower's not on the hook for those. And they know what these properties that have problems. And whether they disclose them not in their disclosures, this is a way to open their mind to there's a solution for these properties. So the way I did it is I was able to get access to the local realtors board's database. And at the time I was attending meetings in their offices. And actually, if you go to the state licensing, real estate licensing board, you should be able to figure a way to mine those out. And it wasn't really that difficult. It's been a long time since I did that, but you know, you can search for designated brokers. And in some states they call them something maybe a little bit different, but that's where the rubber meets the road, is in their office. Realtor comes in crying, the deal's falling apart, so they know where those transactions are and they can be your ally. You're creating revenue for them. So what you're going to find in most cases, except for the exceptionally high credit scores and low LTVs, is you're going to see discount points. And that's the direct reflection of this margin compression. I'm not going to go into a conversation about that, but we've seen this before in the markets, selling renovation loans over the last couple of decades. I've been doing these. And the asking for up front that seller concession, obviously there's going to be an offset. So think of it this way: property's not moving. It's because it's got issues. You come in and make an offer that includes in the negotiation the price, that 6% for FHA or 3% conventional. All of a sudden, if you've got especially like a first-time home buyer who is tight on money anyway, now you've got some money to work with for closing costs and paying discount points. And it makes it a much more attractive transaction for your borrowers.